there. She's always like, oh no, what can I do? So that's
Yeah,
her strength, but then knowing when to stop as well, that's what all of us have to do, right? Use our strengths, but then when we start getting overboard, pull it back.
And one of the things that the downside of the two is, they are so busy helping everybody else, they don't take care of themselves, and they don't know what they feel. You have to learn, you have to really, there are times when I will say, I am going to sit there and just feel this till I don't feel it anymore, instead of running off and doing something to get away from it, so.
And Teresa's very versed in the Enneagram, so if you have your number and you're like, I don't quite understand it, have a side conversation with her. She could really elaborate on it and help you understand it.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Like other than the Enneagram, are there like any other like personality tests that like interested you?
I used to teach the, what was called the DISC, the DICS, dominance, intuition, sensate, and compliance, and of course, introvert, not introvert, but intuition. So I was always a high I. A high I means that you relate to people, and you can put all of those little personality tests on a on a par, and you can see where they fit together. For me, the Enneagram was the most enlightening for me. The other one is the Myers-Briggs. On the Myers-Briggs,
They did that as well.
I'm an extrovert, highly intuitive, a feeler, and a J, because I like to know the beginning and the end of anything. That's why it's so much fun to work with Amelin.
I'm an ENFP, and she's an ENFJ. So when we get together, what Theresa provides is structure. She holds space. She's like, whoa, I'm gonna slow down, take a breath, calm down.
And what she provides for me is like the energy to get out of the heavy inertia. So it's what I call a complementary exchange.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for that question.
Any other questions? You guys were those all the questions for the list? Good. What other questions do you guys have to try to understand her story?
Yeah, in terms of what you've got to do.
Yeah. So who do you think, let's see, as far as on the spectrum, generationally, where does Theresa land generationally?
What do you think of us as a generation? I mean, we are the ones that are completely changing this world. So what do you think of us?
What do I think of you? I think, what a delight. I think I am always stymied by what you can know. What do you know? You're intriguing to me, because I know that I don't have a clue what you are experiencing. And there probably isn't anything in my body, anything that could give me a clue. So the only thing I want to do is I want to relate with you on a one-on-one or as a group. I want to share with you the energy of the wisdom and the love that I have already accumulated in life, and so that I can share with you that you can build on that. I mean, I came and I lived my life to put some energy here that your generation can land on. You can use it as a jumping off path, because you have opportunities. And I mean, when I look at China and the electronic world, it is like, I'm like, aha, it is. And then I say, what's crazy is all those 17, 18-year-olds, 19 or 20 out there, they know what they're talking about. I always used to say, I don't have a dish to receive it. They have a receiver. There's nothing in my experience that would know anything about the electronic world that you have grown up in. But I have concerns. I do have concerns for your generation, because I think it is so different. Your generation is so different than mine. My concern is that, that you will not come to know the truth of who you are, because you will be distracted. You will not, that you might not take the time to go inside and find the beauty of who you are and express it. Because there's too many other things out there to distract it. But I also have to have faith and trust that I don't have the whole picture. And so I mean, I don't have the picture of what it's going to be or how it's going to be, but I can basically just hold you in a space of love, enlightenment, excitement, joy, free expression, sense of accountability. If you are accountable to yourself for who you are, you don't have to worry about you being accountable to anything else. You will be accountable to your neighbor. You will co-creatively and cooperatively create a new reality together. But it can only happen from the inside out. And what we see today is many in my generation have never gone inside. They have no idea who they are. They're living by a prescription or by an idea or old programming. They've never taken the time to explain, to discover what their programming is. And you don't get out of here without programming. I mean, you know, living is part of that. But the consciousness is finding what motivates you, what's running your life, what's making you tick, who's got the push button on you. Is it you, or is it something else? And to be able to discover what it is that makes you tick is what life is all about.
So
and that is the gospel according to Theresa.
So we do have another interview coming up. Theresa, if you would want to do the toning and explain what they need to do while you do that, or where their minds are.
Just kind of sit back and relax. Undo your legs. No, so the energy can flow.
So if you have something on your lap and stuff, you can put it down and just kind of get relaxed, just so you can be in the moment and not be worrying about, what if my phone falls on the floor, you know?
Now, this is about resonance. You understand resonance?
Vibration, you know, everything, molecules, cells, everything vibrates.
Okay.
Well, sound is what does the vibration too.
And I kind of have to ground myself because you're a pretty powerful group. I've done this and I've fallen back, and the energy that comes through is kind of, I don't know what, it's kind of powerful, I guess. And I do have a good set of pipes, and so I don't want to shatter anybody. And so I don't know what's going to come through. As I said, I'm standing here, I'm opening up, and I take my ego and put it over here someplace, you know, so. And so what is resonating, help me explain what that would be like. What's resonating is the essence of them and the essence of tone.
So it's not a performance. You know how when you get on stage and you're delivering something for them, it's like you're giving out, but you have an idea of what you want them to receive. What Theresa does is she does not perform. She allows like something to flow through her and has faith that whatever happens to her, y'all will get whatever you need out of it. So it's not an intentional performance. It's a matter of, I'm just gonna let life happen. And then she just keeps letting life happen, and more people go, that's cool, without the intention.
Yes, and so if I were toning for you individually, it would be different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in this room would have it. If I went around and said, opened up my mouth for each one of you, it would all be different. So when you're in a group, it'll be a collective. So, okay. just let those tones feel into your body. Come home to yourself.
Thank you, Theresa. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a little bit of break. We're gonna transition, get your wiggles out. You've been sitting for a long time. And then Allie is going to be on the big screen and you're going to interview her in the same way. Cool beans? We do have CDs that Theresa, about when did you make these? 2000?
I made these in 2003, so they will be a little different than what, well, I don't know. They'll do whatever they do. But I would love to give each one of you one.
They're cool. I listen to them when I drive.